Sorry if you can't hear me so well, it is quite windy. Ottawa in February. It is quite chilly, as usual, and windy. I'm just going to try and keep my voice down because this is a war memorial and a gravesite. The tomb of the unknown soldier is at the top of the hill, at the top of the monument there. So I would have gone on a bit earlier, but there was a bit of a protest going by, yelling, things of that nature. So I wanted them to pass by, so there's no screaming and that kind of thing in the back of that video. So what I'm going to do is just give you lots of shots of the memorial, do a tour basically, respectfully, quietly, different sites of it. It's not a very big space, so that's good. Not much to get around, so it's nice, but there's lots to see. So I really much enjoy coming here all the time. I haven't been able to come in quite a while because of the protests and everything else going on. So it's quite nice to be able to come and see it again. Go ahead. Oh. Just giving it a few minutes to let some more people on. Hopefully the wind dies now. Moving closer to the memorial itself, stairs. So you can see the location. It's right next to Parliament Hill. Some barricades are still up from the police. Some sort of protest going on up there today, which is usual for Ottawa. Always some sort of protest going on for Parliament Hill. It's not uncommon. I'm doing renovations on East Block right now, which used to host a number of departments. Canadian government. Good to know. Good to see. Needed some work. Just give it a lay of the land just because there's other people here. So I might turn away every once in a while just because other people are here paying respects. So straight ahead is Elgin Street. This is how you get, one way to get here. You just walk up Elgin. Lots of places to park. City Hall is just there on the left. That's where I parked. Walk from other ways. That's the Senate building right there with the flag flying above it. The Weston's behind it, a hotel, and that's where the Rideau Center is. The mall that's been closed. And then there's the Chateau Laurier. Been here for just before the First World War, because I used to be the train station in the Senate building. So built together. Now I'm going to get to the tomb of the unknown soldier now. Don't want to say too much about what happened here previously, but it was disgraceful and disrespectful and disgusting to see. So we're going to try and treat this with always treat this place with respect. It is a grave site. It's Canada's unknown soldier. It represents all those who served and have no grave and no identity in perpetuity because we don't know who they are. And they were, unfortunately, they were beyond recognition when they were buried in both the World Wars and Korea. And most of them, and we'll never know who they are. But they are remembered in multiple places, which is excellent. Online, in person, all that stuff. So it's good to see that it's been cleaned up. There's no one camping here anymore. It's not a campsite. It's a spot of respect. So I'll just move closer. And again, I'll give lots of time to show things and give ample time to look. Also, for anybody watching this later, it'll give you a good idea of what everything looks looks like. Sorry if I'm too quiet. Again, I don't want to be too loud. So briefly, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was established, I guess. He was brought over in 2000. He was originally buried at Cabaret Rouge near Vimy Ridge, and there had been a push for quite a while to get a Canadian unknown soldier brought back to Canada at the time, so it was done for the millennium. He was brought here. I was still quite young, but I remember watching the ceremony on television. When they interred him, that's the word I was looking for, is interred. Anyway, it's a bit cold, hard to talk sometimes. Anyway, so they brought him 2000. Representatives from all kinds of governments were here. Very well done. And this is where he lies. There is, as you can see, nothing stopping him from coming here. It's the respect element that was recently missing that makes the site what it is. I come here all the time, especially when I was finishing my PhD or working on my PhD. So at the university all the time, I'd come for a walk, pay respects, just to take a look and see what was going on. So it was good to have that. And so having the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier here is something that is important. And something for all Canadians. And of course, lots of respect here on Remembrance Day. When the official ceremonies end, they let everybody out from behind the barriers, and you can come up, and then there's the tradition of placing the poppy on the tomb, which I've done for the last, ever since I moved here, basically, except for the ceremonies that were canceled. Thanks, Angela. It's extremely beautiful monument. And I'll do some more shots. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna take my time here because I've been here a very long time, and let everyone get a look. And if there's any questions, of course, and if there's ever any questions, of course, always ask. And if I miss them, sorry, because I'm on my phone. Usually I do it on my laptop, right? So send them again. If I miss them, they just kind of pop up here on the screen for me. So send them again, and I'll show around the different parts here, and maybe a little bit of the different sites around here as well, because there are more plaques that are more than just the memorial itself. Anyway, so yeah, this is the tomb. It's based off the one at the Vimy National Memorial on Vimy Ridge Hill 145. The tomb that there on Vimy Ridge is empty. It was built to represent all the loss from the war. This one is not empty. This one is a gravesite and should be treated with respect at all times. As such, because it is a gravesite, this is not a place to take selfies, that kind of thing. It should be treated the same respect as any other gravesite should be treated, no differently. And it is a war memorial. There's been controversy around it, which I can get to later, but it still deserves all of respect at what's going on. So again, if you're just joining, please tell people too. I didn't get a chance to put on anything social media that I was starting because I wanted to grab it while I could, while the weather was still okay. But that wind died down and people left. So please let people know that I am going live, because I'm not going to go. I'll probably spend about half an hour on the stream, maybe longer. We'll see how my battery does. But just let people know so they can see. That would be much appreciated, because I don't plan to go for anywhere for a while. Because again, I haven't been here in a while, and it's good to respect and see it. So here's the tomb again. I'm just going to pan up here. So this is the memorial itself. Of course, 1914, 1918 is what represents what the memorial was originally built for, representing, to memorialize the First World War, Canada's service in the First World War. Hence all the different soldiers that you can see represented here. All the different weapons of the First World War, the World War I kit. Just a quick look, you can see the box respirator on one of the soldiers for a gas mask, the Lewis gun there on the left. I have your machine gun, the Vickers on the right, horse in the back, and all that stuff. And there's more on the back as well, I'll get there in a second. But this is the front, and then of course at the top, marking it. And I can move back in a minute, but I was just gonna go forward and show the rest. So this is the front, and Elgin Street is behind me, what I showed earlier in the stream. So the on service to Canada, of course, added later. As you can see, it's copper, I believe, darker. So it was added on later. Initially, there were no words on the memorial, just 1914, 1918, and that was it. Nothing. No words in any language. Actually, if I go to the right, in order, sort of. So these are the steps again, nothing stopping you. No guards. There should be. I don't know. It's controversial. This is it. So, of course, on this side, I've added much later. I can't remember the top of my head when. Way later than it should have been. Second World War dates were added. I think it was the 80s. I don't know, it's on one of the plaques around here. I'll try to find it. It might be buried in snow, as things in Ottawa tend to be this time of year. And it's not disrespectful, it's just there's so much snow. It's so difficult to maintain everything, especially with what's gone up recently. So this is added later. There is no World War II memorial. This is the War Memorial. It represents all Canadians and all service and all wars. Peacekeeping operations right through to Afghanistan, which we'll get to on the other side. So my sun's poking out right guys. So yeah, 1914. 1939, 1945, of course, Second World War. So on my right here, again, another late addition. I believe it was under the Harper government, 2012 maybe, 2011. They added South Africa, the South African War. I have different feelings about that. I'm not too sure it should be here, to be honest, but neither here nor there. It's not a discussion for now. Maybe that can be a discussion at another time if you guys are interested. So moving back is Korea. Canadian involvement in Korea, 1950, 1953. Also added later on, same time as the Second World War. So very interesting to see that the memorial is not static. It changes, things are added, meanings change. What it represents changes, which is so interesting to me, and what memorials are, right? Anyway, so here's the rest of the sculptures. I believe this part is called the response, or all of it was called the response. I can't remember off the top of my head. Cold seems to make me forget things. But anyway, you can see there's also a woman represented in the statues amongst the soldiers and sailors and everything on the back. Get around again. But and there's a gun as well, artillery piece, 18-pounder on the back, very representative of the First World War, the British Commonwealth, Canada included. Lots of 18-pounders were used in the war. And then, of course, it says 1914, 1918 on the back again. Originally part of the memorial with the service to Canada, post service to Canada, added later. And then again, of course, you can see the gun. The rest of it as well. It's a very impressive memorial, in my opinion. Very impressive. One of our best. It took quite a long time to get it up. It was finished in 38, sometime 1938. Again, I can't remember. But it didn't open until 1939, May 39? Maybe June, during the Royal Tour. They left it to be opened by King George V and Queen Elizabeth. They dedicated the memorial, so they waited for them to come to officially open it. And then, of course, war was declared a few months later, in September 1939. So again, it's an interesting history. I'm going to do more with it in the future. Because the story in and of itself is very interesting. It parallels the Vimy Memorial in a lot of ways. And its construction and everything about it. So it's very, very interesting. So again, moving up behind here. And this is just to give some wayfinding again. There's a Tatuluri at the back. Sounds to be a crow. Lots of those in Ottawa for some reason. And this is Wellington Street up until recently. Filled with trucks and things and such. And then Parliament Hill right there. And more government buildings straight ahead. I think there's still some people around the corner, so I'm going to take my time. Yeah, it appears a crow and a hawk are fighting, so I'm going to try and stay away from that. So 1939, 1945 again, and you can see other figures on this side coming through from one side to the other, representing from war to peace, moving through the arch, and all of Canada's contributions, which of course the Canadian Corps was a huge part, Canadian Expeditionary Force, big part of Canada's contribution to the First World War. Obviously the Navy plays an important part as well. There is no Canadian Air Force, but a lot of Canadians are serving in the Royal Flying Corps at the time, and then changed to the RAF. Not saying that those aren't doing anything, it's not as many. And then of course the contributions at home, the contributions of manufacturing, with munitions, food, farming, big one, Canada, and keeping the lifeline to Britain as well, part of that. And then stuff shipped through the United States as well. And Canada, they were connected in both World Wars. So here's the other edition. So this is to represent Afghanistan, the Canadian war in Afghanistan. So 2001 to 2014, put up, I think this must have been in 2014, 2015 they put these on then. Because the South Africa went up at the same time. Maybe 2014, I can't remember. But it was definitely during the Harper government, so it would have been late 2015 at the latest when this went up. I think it was before I moved here, so that would make sense, because that was around the same time. So this is for Afghanistan. They are building another one down by the War Museum. I'm not sure when that's going to be done or what that's going to look like. But I will keep everyone updated on that and keep people informed and all of that, and then check it out when it's done. But again, I'm not sure of the details. If people do know, please let me know, especially after the video. Because again, there's lots of memorials in Ottawa, and I want to show people as many of them as I can, just because there are so many, and there's so many interesting ones. So again, Afghanistan as well had it on. Contribution to Canada went a long time, as you can see. Lots of Canadians lost their lives in Afghanistan related to the mission. Lots of veterans in our society too. It still leaves an impact, obviously. War always does. Afghanistan is no different. So there it is. Like I said, another memorial is coming, but I'm not sure when. I've been in some contact with some previous ministers of Veterans Affairs about some things about it, and got some very curt and very bureaucratic answers. So unfortunately, I don't know too much about what's going on. So hopefully more details are coming. So again, here is Korea again. Added later, obviously. And the statues on this side. Coming back to the front here, there's just someone behind me, so I don't want to film, or in the live stream. So again, 1914, 1918. I'd zoom in, but I don't think I can, unfortunately. So sorry about that, everybody. there are other things to show you here, just covered in snow. Just kind of very quick explain plaques about the wars, the memorial, and some other things. Because again, we get dumped with snow frequently. We had another large amount of snowfall the other day. Oh, sorry, someone's coming up on that side. So yeah, normally one's over here, close to the part on the hillside, so you can't see it. Because again, everything's covered down. There's patches back there. They just don't maintain the whole site because they don't do that in Ottawa for basically any site. Maintaining all of it would be too difficult, especially with the amount of snow that comes, which is awesome. And this is the National Art Center. Lots of stage shows, Broadway shows, that things come here. I'm not sure what's going on with the COVID protocols and everything like that. Down that way is the Lord Elgin on the right. Let's see the cover roof. That's the Lord Elgin. Oh, it's picking up, so I'm going to move. Just one of it again. There's the West and the Senate building, and for some wayfinding if you're ever in the area. It's easy to find, very, very easy to find. It's hard to miss. And again, it says they gave their youth. Can't see that so well. That's what it says. From the famous poem. And again, there's more details there. I'm really hoping the wind was going to die down by now. I guess. Because there's some other parts I do want to show you. Here's the tomb again on the other side. This place is filled with people on Remembrance Day. Down the stairs, all around, to take time to pay their respects and place the poppies on the tomb. Again, like I said, I keep repeating just because different people are watching at different times, but there's no guards here. There's nothing. It's just me. There's a ceremonial guard in the other weather months, but not regularly. So this is it. It's just me here. Nobody else is here. People are walking by. People use it as a cut through, but that's about it. But this is how it should be treated, with respect and dignity, as it is a grave. The tomb of the unknown soldier in Canada. And I can always come back and do another live stream. The weather's better. Get some more publicity. This just kind of came to me today. I had some time, so I wanted to do it for you guys and myself. There's just some more detail. Sorry, the camera's going walking on me. So it says, please treat this grave of an unknown soldier with respect. And then repeated in French, as everything is. Everything's bilingual, mostly in Ottawa, for pretty much everything. Coming around to the front again. This might be better. Sorry, just bear with me here. So it says the same thing. So I'm going to back up now so you can get a better view of it. There it is. It's quite impressive. Very large. As our First World War memorials tended to be. I'm just going to turn around here so I can get better. Bear with me a second here. Sorry about that, everybody. Camera's going wonky on me. I'm trying to walk back. So I'm walking again down towards Elgin. Just going to turn around when I get a chance. Might get windier down here, so I apologize for that. There we go. That's some technical difficulties. Hard to do this with a mitten on. Anyway, so there's some people there, so I'll just do it real quick and I'll turn around. Come back. So there it is. There's people there, so I'll go over here for now. Canadian flags are flying as they do here. This one's loose. Way down the hall. There's a plaque up here explaining about it. It's covered in snow and it's kind of faded. It needs some work. Can't really see it today, so I will have to go back. Sorry, I got people telling me what direction, so I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, so it was the creator of the sculpture was named Vernon March. He was British. There was an open competition, just like for Vimy. And this was picked, and it is called the Response. It's now called the National War Memorial, but I think the Response applies to the figures. That again can be seen here. I always like this angle because of the tree. It's quite nice. It's one of my favorites. And you get East Block in the background. Very Ottawa. And traffic behind me, which is also very Ottawa. Always lots of traffic. More so than usual now, obvious reasons. But yeah, so this is it. I'll come around to the front in a second. There it is. Sorry, I'm just not going to talk for a bit because it's windy, so you probably won't be able to hear me anyway. So here it is, more people are here now, which is nice to see. Always nice to see. It's actually quite traffic right now for somewhere I wanted to go, so I'm gonna go head over here. Sorry if it's wobbly, but bear with me a second. There again, Senate building. So I'm moving up towards the Laurier side here, the Frito Center side, which is just down there. Big salt truck behind me. So this is a plaque to honor Corporal Nathan Cirillo. It was tragically killed here in 2014. So this is the plaque to remember him. He was gunned down while on ceremonial duty that I was speaking about earlier. Sorry, everybody. Just gonna take a step back. There we go. Sorry, just somebody behind me. So there it is again from a different angle. Sun's coming out as it tends to do time to time in Ottawa in the winter, especially this time of winter. There it is again. I'll go back up again. There it is. For Corporal Cirillo. He was murdered here 2014, October. He was just up on the hill there. Just up on the hill. do like it when the sun comes out. It hits it's very nice. It's very cool. So I'm just gonna walk back. Try to keep a good view on it. Coming back to the front, I'll step back a little bit so you can get a good view. So here it is. Alright, I'll go back up one time and then I guess I'll end the live stream. And of course, it'll be available to watch anytime. And I will do a better video in the future. With better shots. Hopefully better weather. It's going to be a bit, it's still going to be winter here for quite some time. Get all the snow gone and then I can do something really nice. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, it's on me now. Give me 1 second. Sorry everyone. That my walkie keeps happening. I think it's the wind. Anyway, here's the memorial. You can end it now. Just because of the weather. It's not agreeing with me. So here it is again. So thanks everyone for watching. I will do more in the future with the National Memorial. So I will see everybody next time.